Hey you guys, this is Reba. I just wanted to record a video response to Karen's video about the pale skin thing. I just think that it's pretty obvious what she was talking about. I don't know if I'm right or not. If not, this is just my opinion. I've seen many a pale person in any race. I've seen pale black people. I've seen pale white people. I've seen pale Spanish people. Just because you say you don't like pale skin does not mean that you don't like white people. Okay? White people sometimes have tan skin. Okay? I've seen white people with the same skin color as me because they tan. I've seen white people that are very pale. I've seen light skinned black people that are very pale. Pale skin varies. You can be white, black, Hispanic, all that with pale skin. So I don't think she meant she dislikes white people. I just think she meant that she dislikes the look of pale skin. It is unattractive. You look dead with pale skin. You look dead. That's why some white people tan and some black people tan as well. You look like you have no life in you. You look like your skin doesn't look like it has too much pigmentation if you're that pale. So I understand why you would not be attracted to pale skin. I mean, if I saw a boy with some pale skin and he was cute, I'd talk to him. But I haven't so far. So I really could safely say I'm not attracted to pale skin either. And it doesn't mean white people because I've dated some white people, but pale skin, it's not cute. Moving on. The whole thing with the white people on the black on the t-shirts and the you know, it's like I don't agree with that either. Why give a black child a white Barbie doll? Like, why the Barbie is like the image of beauty to young girls. Like, I used to look at my Barbie dolls like, oh, I want to be just like this when I grow up. I want to live in this type of dream house. I want to wear this. I want to marry a guy that looks just like the Ken doll, and they were all white. Luckily, because of the people around me and because I had like dolls of different races, and I was like, like really, oh my bad, I got a text, but I was really, like educated when I was younger. If not, I, along with a lot of other people in the world, would have thought that just because the white doll was the most predominant one that was seen, that would mean that that was the image of what people thought was beautiful. So I don't want to create that because some girls don't have that foundation. Like, some girls don't have strong people in their lives backing them up to say, although the white doll is the most predominantly used, you are still the beautiful as a black woman. Like, some people can't get that. So I don't think that you should just shove white doll babies in black kids' faces because it's confusing. They don't look like that. If the Barbie's supposed to be perfect, then why can't the Barbie be like, why can't your perfect be you? Like, you should be perfect to yourself. I mean, nobody's perfect, but you should be the closest to it. Like, if I were to create a doll, I think that I'm beautiful along with a lot of other people I know. So if I were to create a doll, I would want it to look like me. I wouldn't want it to look like some white girl because that's not me, and I'm beautiful as well. As for the whole racial tension thing, I'm not gonna lie, racial tension is strong. Like, you can feel it. You can feel someone's eyes like on you when you're walking in a store, like when you're, picking out something, like, are you gonna buy this? Are you gonna buy something? Like, it's like they expect you to, not they, maybe not necessarily white store owners, like, it's people of all races just expect black people to steal things as if there's never been a black person with money before. Like, as if money with black people is just so hard to grasp as a concept. Like, it really is strong. Like, and then white people sometimes say, like, you guys have this whole history thing on your side. You know what? It sucks, and that's how it panned out, but you're damn right. You're damn right because black people were kind of held back and our way of thinking was kind of altered for years. Like, some of the things that existed like back in slavery still kind of exist today. Like, I know it's been like 300 plus years, but mentally, like, people haven't really come too far from that. Like, I know slave owners used to separate slaves, like the lighter skinned ones versus the darker skinned ones, and that'd break up the community. So slaves couldn't unite against the masters because they were too focused on being in separate groups and hating each other. So that's how it is these days. Guys will, oh yeah, I just think that light skinned girls look better than dark skinned girls. That's just how it is. Oh yeah, you're pretty for a dark skinned girl. It even alters the minds of young kids today, and it's really sad to see. So yes, the fact that we have history on our side, it kind of makes it, I don't want to say easier for black people to be prejudiced in the community. I don't know if that's safe to say, but it's like not as frowned upon because it's like Black people, I kind of feel like have been through enough. Like, it's all a joke. But it's like after years of like slavery and oppression and all that, racism and prejudice is not right on anyone's side. So I don't want anyone to think that I mean that it's right or that it's good. But after all that black people have gone through, I think it hits a much harder blow for a white person to say something racist than for a black person to say something racist against a white person. Like, what do you have? Like, what can that mentally take you back to? You know, when have white people ever been oppressed and put down and, you know, like changed mentally by black people? When has that ever happened? When have white people, when can, what, if someone called me a nigger, it would take me back to hearing, my parents are like in their 50s. So my parents were still young when like racism was hot. So it would take me back to my parents telling me about how they get harassed by white kids at school and like how they get chased down. Cause like my mom lived in the South for a long time. It just take me back to all that. It take me back to a painful part in the life of someone that I love. If I were to call you a cracker, what would that mentally take you back to? What hurt and anguish would that take you back to? None. And you know, actually, the word cracker, since people don't know, was invented by black people. Cracker, crack at the whip, master. It's kind of like they made a joke out of the master being superior. That's where the word cracker came from. You're offended because someone is calling you a word that the black community made up. It's just like I feel like people don't understand. Things aren't equal. They can't be because of like years of like pain. Like people, it's hard for a group to get over things when the groups aren't even united as one. It's hard to collectively get over something if you're not together. I don't know if that makes sense, but prejudice is much more serious when it's anything on black people. Like I understand Jews had it pretty hard. I get that. That was rough. The Holocaust was rough. You know, Vietnamese, I think. Don't get me wrong, Vietnam War, that was rough too. But I don't really Irish. Yeah, that was pretty rough. But no one had it as bad as black people. I will say that until the day I die. No one had it that bad. And what racism and prejudice exists on Jews today? Honestly, if I see a Jewish person and a regular white person, I can't tell the difference. But put me next to a white person, you're gonna know I'm black. Okay, so I just think that it's more serious on the black community. Wrap up. Just because you don't like pale skin doesn't mean you're racist. It just means you don't like people that are freaking pale. Okay, you like tan, dark, you know, pigmented looking skin. You don't want someone that looks dead. That's what pale skin means. I've seen some sexy, you know, nice colored white people, okay, that weren't pale. Not all white people are pale, okay? So get that through your thick heads, you guys. That white people on shirts everywhere, not cool. Black people look nice too. They can be on shirts too. That's just all I have to say. I just wanted to comment because I feel like people were coming down on her really hard, like because of their ignorance. Like you have to just sometimes stop and think. It's like, what are you saying about yourself? She's saying she doesn't like pale skin. You're getting offended because you're white. Are you saying like all of you are pale? It just doesn't make any sense to me, but whatevs. Peace.